Well, the intention of the research program is to gain a better understanding of the relationships of the key species within the Gulf of Maine and the impacts of fishing on those key species.
Think about the scientific method. It starts with observation, and then you form a hypothesis, and then you test that hypothesis, and then you draw conclusions. Who, other than the fishing community, have spent more time out observing this marine ecosystem? So in the fishing community, you have a group of people who ask profound questions based on generations of observation.
I got involved with them through getting involved with collaborative research. Reasons why I got involved with collaborative research is I just wanted a better understanding of why I do what I do. Fishing for me is instinctive. Just like you get up in the morning, brush your teeth, and get dressed and put your shoes on, that's how fishing is for me. Learned it from my father, who learned it from his father. Never quite took the time to think about why we did what we did.
The observers that are out there every day making a living on the water have so much to offer the scientists.
Scientists have knowledge they can bring to us, and our eyes can be opened perhaps on both sides so we can see and understand more of what's going on at sea.
So often fishermen are at odds with what scientists are figuring out, and scientists don't get the whole picture because they're not out in the water knowing the fisheries. So by bringing those two groups together, doing the research on those fishing boats and with those fishermen, it just makes a lot of sense.
If we don't do things on a collaborative basis where everybody's fully invested in the process, then people aren't necessarily invested in the outcome.
I was skeptical at first. Wasn't quite sure I wanted to do it. But I asked myself a question a long time ago, is it, do I still want to fish? And I figured if I still wanted to fish, I had to be part of a positive solution.
I have been getting together with the science community and doing projects, going out, studying gear types, habitat, recovery of habitat, acoustic surveys for herring to assess the stocks.
Right now, decisions are made based on who argues the hardest. I always think that's a mistake. What we should do is not have any arguments, but have great facts and research done to tell us the proper way of moving forth.
Where GMRI will fit in is to gather some of the basic scientific information, research information that can be used to help inform fishery managers about how to best manage fisheries and the impacts of humans on not only fisheries specifically, but also the wider marine ecosystem.
I think there needs to be a lot of fisheries research that's good for the economy, good for fishing families that live here. It's also good to, to maintain the ecosystem and the species out there, so that, it's part of our heritage, it's part of what we do here, and it needs to be, sustainable for generations.
It's the interactive nature with the commercial fishing industry, like in our cod tagging program. It's a great example of working with the industry itself as we do research.
We're talking about a vast scientific area, and we're just now tapping the surface, and GMRI is going to be, I think, instrumental in changing the way in which we look at the Gulf of Maine and changing the way in we look at the waterfront here in Portland, changing the nature of the industry.
And I think this center provides a place where issues can be discussed, disputes can be resolved, and improvements can be made that will benefit our fishing heritage for many years to come.
I think it's been clearly demonstrated by Don Perkins and the rest of the staff over there that science and the fishing industry not only can work together, but absolutely have to work together for the survival of their industry and something that is so important to this economy.
As a fisherman, I feel like I have a place I can go to that will listen to what I have to say with my experiences and also my opinions. It's been a great place for that.
I feel very bullish about this region's ability to support a vibrant fishing industry, because these stocks are coming back. We have a very savvy, thoughtful group of fishermen in this region, and they're very involved in the science that will ultimately lead to a more successful approach to fishery management.
Fishing is said to be a business. From my standpoint, fishing is a culture.
When I'm at sea and I'm passing over some bottom, such as the Three Dory Ridge, or Caches, or Fipponese, or Jeffries, or some of the basins, and I have to think back that I am a 6th generation Maine fisherman. And then my grandfather and his father passed over these and fished for the same fish on the same bottom that I am today. But I'm doing a different method. I have to think how many times my family has been to the same place. And now I'm taking my sons there.